These bloody suckers that come up all the time. Got to dig them out. Well, as you can see, I'm pruning roses here, folks. The dreaded season for pruning. I don't think it ever ends for us, but anyway, I've got to prune these back, and I think I have to put my glasses on because I'm starting to struggle to see what I'm pruning. I think I've got them here. No, I haven't. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I started this one here. I haven't finished it. For those who want to know a little bit more about pruning roses, well, listen up. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Well, I like to think I am. We cut them back pretty hard, and we open them up in the middle, so it's almost the same practice as you would do with a fruit tree, open vase shape, or not so much open, but clearing out all the dead, disease and damaged wood and stopping any overlapping happening. See what we got here? This is canker. See how it shrinks and darkens off? Well, that can continue. It doesn't stop there. It's not the end of it. It'll work its way back down if you don't remove it, about ½ centimetre or a centimetre below. Don't like a cut facing upwards, but that's how it is for now. But that's what you've got to do with them. And there's another one here. Just remove it down below, like that. That's gone. Now, there are a lot of little tiny branches like that, which are pretty insignificant. And even if they try to grow, they're not going to really produce anything substantial, anything that's going to flower and blow your mind away. So things like that, you're best off just to remove as well. Now, we've got this forking going on in here. That's going straight up in the middle. What's going to happen there is that's going to fork out and multiply and sort of fill up a bit too much space. I'm almost inclined, and I think, just take that off because it's a little bit too straight for me. Again, look, if you look around hard enough, you'll always find canker on your roses. Cut them off, and any gnarly bits, even in here, that's sitting under here. So to understand if you need to prune it or not, well, these are crossing over. That's a no-no. And that's sitting under this one, which means it's going to try and grow through it, and that's going to be a bit of a headache. So the spacing is way too close. So I'm going to take this one off completely. And it's really, you know, that's a year and a half old and really poor looking, small, no good. So things like that, again. Now in winter, you cut this off is what I'm trying to say. But in winter, you would cut a lot harder, as I have here. And in a minute, I'm going to show you. Well, right next to me is another one. We'll just keep cutting off all that there, for example. See this wood here? It's aged already, but it really hasn't grown. It's discoloured over here. It looks like it's going to push a bud out here, one there, one over there. But really, at the end of the day, it's just taking up space. And again, over here, look at that rubbing. And there's no harm in doing that. Remove it, thin it out. You could almost, well, that one in here too. You can start to notice them now that I'm talking about them, right? Cut that off like that. Let's go around here. There's another one here. Let's cut that off. Now that's growing into the middle. If we don't allow that to grow, we're going to have a big hole in the middle, which is okay, but that's quite a big hole by comparison. So we've got a bud that's going to grow out there. We really haven't got anything on this side. We've got a bud that's going to grow in the middle. It's not the perfect location, but that's something we're going to have to work with. Whereas this one over here, folks, you can see it's already touching the underside here there, folks, so it's growing in the wrong space, so that's coming off as well. Let's work our way around. Look at that curled back up again. We can try and let that produce down below. We might just cut it there. Actually, no, we'll cut it there. See if that kicks on and becomes a bit stronger. That is crossing over, which is not too bad. They're not too close to each other, but that seems a little bit long for me. In winter, as I started to say earlier and I didn't finish, is that you need to cut them pretty hard. This is when you do your hardest of all prunes, to bring them right back down. Now we're still working through. That looks like it's going to be not bad. This one's cut the wrong way. For example, see the bud there, it's facing inwards. That there, it's going to grow back in there. That's not where you want it to grow. You want it to grow out, so it's down there. That's the outward facing bud. That's the first rule. Always prune to an outward facing bud. Outward means facing away from the center of the plant. So if the last bud you cut to is facing inwards, it's the wrong cut. Got to face outwards. So that's now facing the right way. That's going to be in the way, I think. That's also a waste. That will never grow. This may grow. We may do this. Just for see what happens. I won't swear. And this one here as well. I'm feeling underneath. I can feel the bud there. So I'm just going to cut that off to that bud, just above the bud there. Nearly done, I think. We can shorten these ones off. Hopefully they thicken up, as long as they're not crossing over. Dead disease damage. Have we got rid of it all? Maybe not. You probably spot one. Put it in the message if I've missed one. I'm sure there is more than one. Anyway, we just keep working through it, folks. And now this time of the year, don't feed them too early. There it is. There's a dead wood. There's another dead wood. There's more dead wood. That's facing in. Get rid of that like that. So this time of year, don't feed them. You don't have to spray them either, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, they don't really need to be sprayed for anything. There shouldn't be any scale or any aphids or any black spot on them, anything at all. You want a nice open vase shape. This is pretty good. This is a little bit flimsy, but we've got to work with that, let it grow out, and hopefully it does, and we keep pruning them. Now, as we get closer to August, so by the end of the month, if you haven't stocked up yet with your fertilisers, get organised and be prepared to start feeding all your garden. So we're talking fruit trees, your roses, your vegetables, your flowers, everything. Give them a good feed. So July is the time. It's a little bit still early for me, I think, in July for feeding this garden. But if you're in a warmer region and your garden's still active, well, by all means, go knock yourself out. Give them a feed, or otherwise, by the end of the month, get your superfood black grit into it and the biostimulants. Stimulate the soil to bring the life back into it so that your plants will be able to grow their roots before you see the wonderful flowers and fruit and veggies above ground. This is what it looked like, to give you an idea, me standing next to it. And this is pretty much the end result. A couple of more prunes here and there. You'll never have enough prunes, but the roses grow pretty fast. So that's what you need to do with your standard roses. And pretty much the same principle applies to bush roses. Climbing, have a different approach, totally different pruning technique, so you can get the flowers to produce along the main central leaders. But bushes and topiaries like this, or standards like this, get out there and prune them. Quality secateurs and good quality fertilisers. Now, if you're watching this in the morning, as it's just been broadcast, and you're near the eastern suburbs, I'm going to be in Berwick this morning from about 9 a.m. till about 11:12. You're welcome to pop down. That's our outlet. I can't remember the address. I know how to get there. My bad on that. It'll appear at the bottom of the screen right now. So pop down if you want to come and say hello. Cam and Kat are the owners there who are running the outlet, and I'll be there for meet and greet and answer some gardening questions if there are any. At the end of the day, we got to love our garden and take care of it with, I suppose, pride. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. Our coupon code is not there, but our compost is, and it's discounted heavily. So no coupon code, but everything's already discounted for your pleasure. From me, Vasili, Maresi.